What's up, you guys? It is Biz Coach C. I am here with LaWanda Ingle tonight, and this is all about the real reason, and I'm typing in Facebook as I speak, the real reason your website or your site isn't working. And so we wanted to talk about this because it is actually a follow-up from another initiative that we participate in BYOB that I created called um, pitch, connect, and repeat. And it is all about connecting with other BYOB members and understanding where they're coming from, what they're doing in their business, what they're doing otherwise, and how you can work together to make things happen. And so LaWanda and I were on this last pitch, connect, repeat call, and we decided that what she was doing for entrepreneurs was absolutely magnificent. First of all, I think that everything LaWanda does is absolutely magnificent because I think that she's one of the best website developers that I have actually ever met. And I think that she is very passionate about what she does. And not only is she passionate, but she's good. She's darn good. She's freaking awesome. So if you received my email about 20, 30 minutes ago, I use that exact language. That's LaWanda Ingle is freaking awesome. And I absolutely mean every word of that. So I want to introduce you to her. Like you heard me say, she is a WordPress website developer, but not only does she deal with WordPress, she also is able to deal with other web hosting platforms. And she has all of the amazing tips, advice, everything that you would need to know about either starting a new website or improving the one that you currently have that's not working. So if you aren't getting results, if you aren't getting sales, any kind of conversions, if you aren't getting people to join your email list, if you aren't getting people to sign up for your blog, whatever it is, whatever conversion that you are particularly looking for, LaWanda can show you how to get to those answers. And what we're going to do tonight is dive into maybe why your site is not working and some steps that you can implement even tonight to make that happen. If you are ready to go ahead and launch your website, you definitely want to book a call with her tonight. I'm going to be dropping that link in the chat. So whether you are watching live or you're watching the replay, you're going to have access to her booking link. Not only that, she has a masterclass coming up where she's going to show you some steps outside of just this live, and she's going to take things a lot deeper. But without further ado, you guys give a warm welcome. Oh, and drop your Q&A. So if you have questions, we want to take time to answer them too. And make sure you drop your information. We want to know that you're watching and participate. Give us some likes, loves, whatever you got to say. Just keep it decent, keep it pleasant, keep us encouraged, please. We will ask that. But drop your Q&A at any time throughout the live, and we're going to address those questions and everything that you guys have, because we believe that you are awesome too, and we wouldn't be here without you. So now, without further ado, Miss LaWanda Ingle, will you please take a moment to introduce yourself to this amazing group in BYOB tonight?
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you, Cynthia, for this opportunity. So yeah, like she said, my name is LaWanda Ingle. And yeah, I'm a web developer, WordPress web developer, but I can help with other platforms also. And I work with service-based female business owners who either have a website or are looking to create their website, but they're just not sure. You're not sure where to start, not sure how to begin it, or don't have a desire to deal with the tech stuff of it. You've got, you want to worry about your business and what you do. And so that's what I do. I take care of it for you. And so yeah, and so so I'm excited to be here to share with you something.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, you guys, y'all ready to hop in? I see we already got some people joining the live. Thank you so much. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat, and I'm actually putting that language in there now. The first link that I'm going to give you guys is her booking link. So if by chance you are ready to build a website, you're ready for her help, and you know that that's what you're ready to do, then you want to click on this link. It's going to take you directly to her website to book that appointment. And a little bit later, I'm going to be dropping the other link for the masterclass after we've talked and given it some discussion tonight. So please let us know you're here. Drop your name in the comments, drop a hey, hi, hello, so we know who's watching, and feel free to ask questions at any time. So for us to get started, I want to go to our actual description here. I'm pulling up our information for this discussion tonight. So if you are following the event page, you can actually probably follow along with everything that we're going to talk about tonight. And I don't think that's a probably, that's a for sure. So to get started with just the conversation, I want to ask LaWanda about actually well, let's see. LaWanda, first give us a rundown. How do we know when it's time to build a website for our business? And do you ever think that people prematurely build a website? Like what happens there?
Yeah, and that's a good question because especially like recently, it's like as I've been talking with, other female business owners, especially those that already have a website, that's like one of the main things is it's not doing anything. They're not getting clicks, they're not getting, any traction on their website. And so sometimes it's best. Yes, you need a website for your business, but it's kind of best to take that before jumping right in just to create something. It's best to kind of look back and make sure that first you know who your ideal client is. You know who you're trying to reach. Who are you trying to reach with your website?
Mm-hmm.
um, and just knowing that, and then also making sure your website has a job, a purpose. And so
I
that's
like that.
yeah. And so that's kind of like that's one of the things that the master class is about, is diving more into that, and so understanding that even more. But yeah, to make sure your website has a purpose, because it's one thing to have, you can have a beautiful website, you've got all the bells and whistles, you've got your brandings on point, you got your logo, you've got the fonts, the colors and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
if it's not, if someone comes to it and it's like, well, what am I supposed to do, if they don't know what they're supposed to do, and it's got too many things going on for them to choose from, they're going to leave, they're not going to stay. And so
I
that's
like
kind of,
that.
yeah, yeah. And so that's kind of a thing. So that's kind of my thing there. Yes, it can be. And so I always think it's like when you're first starting out with your business, take your time. I always say take your time. Make sure you've got, vet it down. Who are you trying to reach? Who's your ideal
Mm-hmm.
client? Who are you looking to work with? And what are you wanting them to do when they come to your website? And so I think that's the first things that you should focus on before starting to reach out to get your website done.
Yeah. I think a lot of entrepreneurs walk into websites prematurely
Hmm.
because they hear everybody saying, "Oh, you need a website, you need a website."
Yes.
And websites aren't just for promoting your
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
People don't even know to go to your website really. There's a lot of things that are in the background and in the details of a website to even
Hmm.
make it discoverable on
Yeah.
certain search engines. So I think it's exactly like you said.
Yeah.
You need to understand what functionality your
Hmm.
website needs in order to actually be successful and to get the conversions that you want to get. And
Yes.
I think that was key. What you said is make sure your website has a job.
Yeah.
And even
Hmm.
a step further to that, like I would give you guys a coaching tip, you guys who are watching, pretty much anything in your business that you are using to improve your business, it needs a job.
Yeah.
Like, what does that thing actively do to help bring you leads, to help
Hmm.
convert people into paying customers, to help get the followers that you need, or to help get the engagement? And
Hmm.
so I think that was key. Thank you so much, LaWanda, for that.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah. So make sure your website has a job, guys, and that
Yes.
it can function and do its job.
Yeah. And I also
So
wanted to add kind of like, it's
yeah.
kind of think of it like it's one of the tools, like, because we have you have your booking link, they can, whatever you use, whatever you're using for that, you have we used to create videos. A website's the same thing. It's one of those tools. It's a tool that you're using. It's part of those tools that you use for your business. So it's kind of important to make sure that you're spending money on it. You want to make sure that it's doing what you need it to do.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. It's a tool, right?
Yeah.
An actual
Mhm.
resource that you use that a
Mhm.
lot of people don't view it that way. I think
Yeah.
they look at it as the actual source, but
Yes.
your website is not the source of your products and services. It's a means of mobilization for
Mhm.
what you're doing. And so that's super important. So, all right, LaWanda, let's talk about this right here, this key thing. So, say you're getting traffic, you've got a website. Now, we understand why we need one. We're building out the right
Yeah.
functionality. We finally get people who are coming to the site. So, say you are getting the traffic, but you're not getting the sales. What could that be an indicator of?
It could be like, it the copy. It could be, the website
Mm,
copy, and like who, looking at it like who are you trying to reach? And so it's might be time to, are you speaking to them to book, getting sales. And
right.
also it could go back to that, are you making sure the copy matches who you're trying to reach, your ideal clients, and
Yep.
the ready to buy clients. I get, that's something to think
Mm,
about too. Those that are, you're trying to reach with those, connect with those.
I
Because if
like
you,
ready to buy clients.
yeah, yeah, yes, so
I
do I.
like ready to buy clients. And you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
those are the people that you got to be talking to, like
Yes, yes.
100%. And I love how you said it like that. So it's like it's all about the voice, right? The tone,
Yep,
the language, and that's what she means when she says copy. Copy is literally
yes,
the language, the words that you are
yep,
using on the
yeah,
website. That's what copy means.
yeah,
So there are people that you can actually pay to that will just do copy,
yes,
right, LaWanda?
yep, yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
And
And that's
so
another
now,
thing
Wanda,
too. Yeah,
are you an expert at help writing copy on websites?
I don't. And that's one of the things. Like I'm good at like
I'm
the
not either.
I'm good at this.
Like
I'm good,
like I'm
I'm
not
good at
either.
the tech. I've got the back end of it, the websites, but yeah, the copy. I'm not an expert. Like I can do like basics and stuff, so I have like the basics, and so I kind of explain it like, yeah, you can. I mean, there's people. Yeah, there's like people that do that for a living. That's their job. So creating copy, and so I kind of think of it as like, if you want them to buy, use that, make it simple. That's another
Use
thing,
it.
going back to it. Yeah, just, that's, use that. If that's what you're wanting them to do, make sure that's what, it says, book here now to purchase, or whatever you're wanting them to do. Make sure
Whatever you wanted
that
to
all the,
do.
yeah, make sure that it's simple and that it's explanatory. Because when people come to your website, they say it takes like, maybe like 2 to 3 seconds for someone to decide if they're going to stay on your website.
So
And
serious.
so,
Like 3
yeah,
seconds. That's it.
yeah, yep,
Yeah, 3 seconds is
yep,
it.
yep. And so you got to make sure, they kind of call it above the fold. So when they come to your homepage, that's that first page that they see. And so you want to have that, the area above the fold. And so that's that section that you see when you land on a website. And
I
so
love
that's the
that.
first thing they're going to see. And so whatever's there, you want to make sure, okay, if you want them to purchase ready to buy clients, you want to make sure that that section there, that's what it says. If you want them
Right.
to book a call, make sure you're guiding them, pretty much say the link, you can have a call to action, book a call, make it simple, make it, direct, and what you want them to do.
I love that. I think that's so good.
Mhm.
Because what I see is sometimes I've seen some ugly sites. No offense,
Yeah,
y'all. You sometimes you know, sometimes you don't. But I've seen some ugly sites. I know y'all have seen some ugly sites too. But I've seen some beautiful sites. I've
yeah,
I've been the owner of ugly sites multiple times. Let me just say that. So I'm not pointing my finger at anybody.
right,
I'm just saying,
right,
like there are ugly sites, there are pretty sites.
yeah,
I think the most important thing, whether it's pretty or ugly, is does it convert? Like,
yes, yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
it can because a site can be unattractive, but it can lead you to the water. Like
exactly,
I'm so
yeah,
serious. Like I have been on some bad sites and I
yeah,
jumped off of that site because I wasn't able to do anything I wanted to.
yeah,
And then I have been on beautiful sites and I've gotten off because I couldn't do anything that I wanted to. I couldn't find it.
yeah,
Matter of fact, I had somebody to kind of pick apart my current website. And the feedback I got was is that your stuff is great. You got good material, but it's all over the place. So if
right,
I'm a customer visiting your website, I'm not sure where to go or what to do. And
right,
I took that to heart. And now, like, I'm leaning into that organization and those people who have given me that advice, in addition to LaWanda. So, and like, in addition to another marketing friend of mine,
yeah,
Maribel, who gives me great feedback on, here's what's working, here's what's not, here's how you can introduce AI So it has a lot to do with, not pretty or ugly. Can it do what it needs to do? Can it,
Yes. Yes.
can it do
Yeah.
what it needs to do? Like
Mhm.
seriously, can it lead people to water? And that's the best way that I said.
Yep.
And your water is your product or service, and it has to be a river that flows in that direction.
Exactly. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So let's talk about this right here, LaWanda. Yeah, we're bringing the heat tonight. We're bringing the heat. I hope
Yep.
y'all ready. I hope y'all ready. I need y'all to be taking notes. And
Yep.
nobody's asking questions, so I take that to mean that everybody on here is a website expert. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna assume.
Okay.
Y'all don't ask any questions. So just let me know. So and
Yep.
whether you're watching live or replay, feel free to ask questions, even if you're watching the replay, because we'll go
Yes.
back and tackle those too.
Yes.
So let's talk about this for a minute, LaWanda.
Okay.
If I don't even know if my website is doing anything, like what do I look at? What do I study? How do I actually know? Because now we're telling people, okay, your website has to be doing something. So how
Yeah.
can I do a temperature check to know if my website is actually doing anything?
Yeah. And so like that's a good thing. So that's why it's important like to have like especially in like the back end to have like SEO tools like there's different types of tools that you can that plugins, and so those are the things that help your site run.
Right.
Plugins, so make help people to understand what that is. And so so it's like they kind of run in the back end, and then there's also other sites that you can go on to test in, and that you can just put in your link to your website, your URL, and it'll give you like a breakdown, like a simple breakdown. um,
Awesome.
and it can tell you like, okay, this is this is the what's working, what's going on, and what's not. But it's important too to have like to make sure like you have like just basic SEO connected to on your website, especially on the back end setup. And so that's like, and the SEO is like that search engine optimization, which is going to help you kind of also kind of you know kind of keep track of what's going on the back end as far as like the link clicks and things like that. Um, and so those are those things that's going to help you go on. And then also doing like, having like a website, getting a website audit done or a website review done also on your website. And so you can give like actual, someone can give you like actual feedback as far as like a walkthrough. And that's like the upfront part of it, feedback of what's, if it's not doing, if it's doing anything and what's going on. And so those are some of the things there right there. Yeah.
I love that, to monitor your website traffic, and I had no idea that you can do what you just said. Is like you can take backlinks and go in and look at the efficiency of the
Yeah.
site.
And
Um,
I'll have to share, and my mind just went blank about what the URL, but I use it with the one that I use. And
that's
so
cool though. Like
yeah,
that is the
yeah.
coolest. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you what else I learned that you can recently do. And of course you already knew about this, but like you mentioned SEO. So
Mhm.
SEO audits. Like I had no idea that those were even a thing
Yeah.
until I received like a marketing email from, oh my God, it might have been Uber Suggest, where Neil
Okay.
Patel is
Yeah.
the CEO. And I received a marketing email from them to where, they do a free SEO website audit. Now,
Awesome.
it's
Yeah.
not like a deep dive SEO
Yeah.
audit, but it will tell you on the surface, what's making your site discoverable, what pages it is that people are finding online when they're Googling things that may be kind of geocentric to where you are. So when
Hmm.
I say geocentric, that means if I'm on Google and I live like in southeastern North Carolina, and I'm Googling where's a plumber in southeastern North Carolina, or where's an electrician in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, then that's your geocentric or your geo targeting SEO. And so like I had no clue about these things until recently, right?
Yeah.
In
Yep.
talking and learning. So it's development for all of us.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that you are teaching them how to actually go on the back end of your website and how to see if your website is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Because
Hmm.
the analytics will break out for you. What pages are they visiting the most?
Yep.
Which pages have like the highest bounce rate where people are not staying there, immediately going off of that page and doing something else? Which page they're spending the most time on. you
Yep.
know, and where are the most clicks happening. So that data empowers you to make changes in the business that help you increase your conversion rates. In other
Yes.
words, having that information gives you the opportunity to correct things, to take away things or add things that may be working to help you actually get more sales. And
Yeah.
so it
Yep.
all works together, right, LaWanda?
It does. It does. And
It,
that's
it
another thing too. It's like you're always and that's the thing about websites too. It's like you can all there you're always needing to, update, refresh. And so it's like
always,
and that helps too with, as
always.
you're and that helps also with the SEO, as far as getting you, that reach out there. If it sees that you're updating it, you're checking it and making sure all the things are working correctly on it too. And that's like a good thing too. So
Right, right. Okay. All right, LaWanda, you ready for this next one?
yes.
So these are the 5 hot topics for tonight. Y'all
Okay.
get ready. 5 hot topics, and I'm going to start with the first one.
Okay.
But I want y'all to get ready, get your thinking caps on, and get your questions ready for now or for later. So whether you want to post them live
Yep.
or whether you don't, we'll come back to them. 5
Yep.
hot topics for tonight. Here's the first one. The number one mistake that's killing your website results. And LaWanda's hint here is it's not about design. So LaWanda, if you had to say what is the number one killer of website results, what would you say that is?
It's not giving it. We kind of talked about it earlier, but it's not giving it a job, like
Mm-hmm.
making that purpose. And so it's yeah, and it's like it's. I remember when I first started doing like design. Of course, getting the fonts and the colors, but then I started thinking, well, it's like I started even looking at my own when I first started out. It's like it was a learning process, for myself too. And it's like, well, learning that it's like, okay, if I've got too many things going on when they come on it, they're not going to stay and they're not going to know what to do. And so it's
Right.
making sure that website, if it's not, you know, directing them because it's like a path or like a journey when they come to your website that they're following along. And so they come to your website, it's like, what are you wanting them to do? It's like, so you want them to book a call, okay? So then they click the link, it takes them to your booking link, they book that
Mm-hmm.
call. So then now they're in your path, they're in your journey. And so now it's up to you to keep them going. Yep.
100%.
Yes.
Y'all heard it.
Yep.
It's like you finally do get them in the funnel, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you've done all of that work to make sure they get there. Like, don't lose the lead.
Yep.
Don't lose the lead. So that's
Yep.
big topic number one.
Yep.
We had to say, what is it that's actually causing your site the lack of results? She said it's got to have a job. If your
Yep.
site doesn't have a job, it's not going to perform well. So that's
Yep.
the first hot topic. All right, you guys, here's the second one. LaWanda, what quick tweaks would you say we can make to our current websites this week? Something we could do right now is just Tuesday. Y'all would have until Sunday to do this. What quick tweaks could we make to our websites to turn our browsers and people just looking and window shopping into actual buyers?
Making sure that you've got a clear call to action,
Oh,
especially on that, like I mentioned before, above that fold, the homepage when they come on there, making sure there's a call to action. And so you're directing them. So it's back to that job. So you've got that job, and so that you've got the CTA, the call to action. It's like, what do you want? Just make it pop out and that it's clear. This is what you want them to do. And
I
so
love
making
that.
sure that it's focused. Yeah, just one clear thing. And then also another quick thing that you could do, it still goes to that on that page. It's um, making the headline about your client's transformation and not about you. So like when you
Right.
come to your home page, so making sure that it's, you want those words, but making sure it's connecting once again, about your ideal clients, who you going back to that, who you're trying to reach. And so that's one way, a quick thing that you could do is just checking out on your homepage, that headline that you have.
I love that.
Yep.
Um, because I agree with it 100%. Because it's like this, right? you don't always know what to do when you're visiting a site or even when you're visiting a brick and mortar. And this is something that I often teach my clients is you want to make things so simple that
Yeah.
you literally want to dumb things down as much as possible, because in today's society, people are way too busy to be spending a lot of time trying to figure things out. And
Yes.
that's the last thing that a buyer is going to want to do. Anybody who's ready to spend their money is ready to spend their money.
Yep.
And you have to catch them when they're ready to spend their money. And
Yep.
so the more complex you make the system, the more complicated you make it, the more steps they have to take. Like it may look fancy to you, but it
Mhm.
could be highly unattractive to a customer because they're just ready to click and buy.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
they just need to know where to click and buy, you know, and
Exactly.
how to click and buy.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
it's like it's just guiding them to there. Don't expect the customer to be the expert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't expect
Yes.
them to be the expert. Do the
Yes.
CTA, like she's saying. Do the
Yeah.
CTA. It
Yep.
helps. It helps. Do the CTA on your social media posts when
Yes.
you're ready for folks to take action. But you definitely, most definitely, one of the quickest tweaks that you can do on your website to turn your browsers into buyers is check that tagline, like she says, like check
Yep.
your headline and make
Yep.
sure those CTAs are there. If there were one other suggestion, another quick tweak they can make to the website to help them get sales, what would you suggest, LaWanda?
Another one is like testimonials if you have them,
Ooh,
making sure you're always adding them. And you like, you can even you can have like a separate page, or you can even put it at the bottom of your home page. And so that's another thing that's going to help you, your portfolio page. But having like even on that, on the home page, having those testimonials, especially, as you get them, add them to your website. That's not going to only help, with, clients. They're going to see that and they're going to be like, okay, she's getting
mhm.
some, good things. People are going to see that. And so that helps with that too.
Like 100%.
Mhm.
We don't understand how strong testimonials are, but I promise you, anytime you're shopping for something, you're
Mhm.
looking for some type of customer reviews,
Yes.
especially if you're on Amazon like me. Like we go straight to the bottom to the
Yep.
reviews. And so I'm teaching clients this like all the time. All of you CEOs and bosses out there, testimonials are like it. People
Yep.
love to see social proof. If they see that someone else has had a good experience, they're 75% more willing to try it. And
Yes.
so what she's telling you is that that gives you 75% more chance of somebody actually purchasing from your site. So if
Mhm.
your website lacks customer feedback, if you lack testimonials, what are you going to do? And I hope you're going to answer that question by saying, I'm going to add testimonials to my
Yeah.
website. That's
Yes.
what we're getting at here.
Yep.
All right. So we've given you, those are the big two. We've given you the
Yep.
number one mistake that's killing your results. She's giving you two major quick tweaks. Like these are easy things for you to do to
Mhm.
turn your browsers and your window shoppers on your website into buyers. And so the number three thing that we want to cover as far as a hot topic for tonight, why most sites fail and what high converting sites do differently. So let's take it from that angle, LaWanda. And people that you see with websites who are doing really well, what are they doing? What's the secret that's making them work and get sales?
It's kind of like the it kind of goes back to what like we've kind of mentioned before, but it's like the purpose. Their website's got that, and they're connecting with their ready to buy clients. It's got a
Mm,
purpose. They're focused on, you know, that one thing that they want them to do. And so they're not, it's not like all over the place. They know exactly what they want. And if you want them to, book a call with you, then that's what you need them to do. That's what your focus should be. Um, so it's like, it's like you're before, kind of the focus was kind of building backwards. So it's like, starting with the colors and the templates, but it's important
yep.
to start with that. We need to start with the strategy. Um, it's like, because I know, we all want to get our websites out there, get them done, but if
Right.
you're not done right, it's like you're just spending money on, just wasting it. And so it's important to,
Wasting.
yeah,
Yes.
to get that done. And so how they start a purpose, making sure you know for sure, okay, these are the clients that I want to reach. These is who I'm trying to connect with. And this is what I need them to do. I want them to do when they come to my website. And so it's so important, so important.
That is so cool. And I love that so much because
Mhm.
I think you said something really powerful. And I think everything that you said was right. And I hope y'all caught what she said when she said that people that have successful sites know exactly what they want and they've implemented it. And
Yeah.
so it is knowing the customer, knowing
Mhm.
what the customer wants. And something else that she mentioned earlier that I think makes people super successful with their websites is they make it about the customer.
Yes.
And I think we forget a lot of times because we put so much work and energy and time into our businesses. We love our products and services so much, but
Yes.
sometimes we forget that the target audience is the target audience.
Yes.
So you aren't just talking to yourself, you aren't just showcasing yourself, you aren't just putting your website out here to make you happy. You're
Yes.
putting it out here as a tool for your business. And
Mhm.
if you miss that, then you're missing the actual fact that you should be building something with the purpose of actually converting to paying
Yes.
customers, not just to look nice, like we talked about. So
Yeah.
build a client connection with your website and make sure that it has a purpose that's actively being fulfilled on the site.
Mhm.
Websites don't turn off. You
Yes.
know, they're
Yeah.
up, they're available 24/7. How
Yep.
many of you, and I've got some people on the live right now, and I want to see you put this in the comments, but how many of y'all are still scrolling at 1, 2, and 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yep.
How many of us, I'm
Yep.
so serious, we're still online at
Mhm.
1, 2, 3 a.m. Go ahead and
Yep.
put it in the comments and tell on yourself because you know you're doing it. I
Yeah.
know you're doing it.
I'm doing
So
it. Yes. Me
the
too.
ones doing it, we're up scrolling, and I'm so
Mhm.
serious. Like people are up scrolling, people are
Yep.
shopping at this
Yep.
time, the wee hours in the morning,
Yep.
as they call it. And so your website is working for you 24/7 is what I'm saying. Like it doesn't shut down. Your
Yep.
body needs rest, but a website is mechanical. It does
Mhm.
not need rest. So if you do this right, it creates all of this opportunity for you to make money while you sleep. Are
Yes.
y'all hearing what I'm saying? You have an
Yes.
opportunity to make money while you sleep if you're doing this right. But we're gonna move on and I'm gonna jump off my soapbox. But before I jump off, I just want to remind y'all that I did drop in the comments for those of you who are ready to actually build a site. You want to go to LaWanda's website and you want to click on the link that I'm getting ready to drop in the comments now. That is going to take you to her website and you're going to be able to book a call with her. And she's going to get you lined up to actually get her to design your site for you. So I've dropped that in the comments again now for everybody who's watching live. If you're ready to get a website done and you're ready to get it done the right way, then you need to book a call with Yolanda with LaWanda to do that. Now, I want to drop another link too before we do these last couple of things. Her masterclass that she has coming up. While I'm pulling this link, LaWanda, tell them a little bit about the masterclass, the website masterclass that you have coming up.
Okay, yeah. So your website's not broken, it's just missing a job. And so it's pretty much going more into the about what we've kind of a lot of the things we've been talking about. It's like making sure your website has a job. And so going to go into more detail about that. It's pretty much you know, understanding why your website needs a job. And so figuring out, getting that beginning start of, okay, let's figure this out, why, especially if you already have a website and it's not working, you're not getting the clicks and stuff. I would invite you to come do it because we're going to talk about that and trying to figure out, okay, do I have a job for my website? Okay, maybe not, maybe I need to look more into this. And so that's what we're going to be talking about.
I love it. I love it. Have you got dates set already for that?
Yes, it's August 30th. It's That's a Saturday, and it's going to be at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
12
Yeah.
p.m. MST. I'm dropping this in here,
Yes.
y'all, in the comments so y'all
Yeah.
won't miss it.
Yeah. There will be replays, but I do invite you to come live because it'll be interactive. And so I'll be, working with you, trying to figure it out together. And so let's figure out those jobs for your website. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And look, I'm gonna tell you, real bosses join the live calls. So if you watch this one live, then you're a real boss. Now, if you're not watching it live because you're being a real boss who has other responsibilities, that's
Yes.
cool. I'm not gonna say you're not, but I am gonna say that real bosses watch the live trainings and they get involved with the live sessions because those are the people who know how to prioritize. I'm just gonna put that out there. So for those of you watching live, just know I'm giving you a shout out tonight. And what I want you on is her live masterclass. So, but really, you do get a better experience live because you get a chance to do your Q&A. You get to talk to the people live. You get the
Yeah.
live raw experience. So, masterclass is August 30th, 12
Yeah.
p.m. For
Yes.
those of you who need a little bit more info, you need to get to know LaWanda a little better, so a little bit more one-on-one, and do a deep dive into your own site. But for those of you who are somewhat like me, who may not have time to do all that stuff on your own, and
Yeah.
I'm still a real boss because I be on live, but sometimes when the clients start calling and things start happening and things start moving, I don't have time. So I hire experts like LaWanda to say, here, please take this and make it happen. So if you're
Yes.
like me and you're ready to get someone to design your site, you have like, this is something like I want to promote this because I don't hear this very much. LaWanda is the first website developer that I've heard that actually does this, but she will give you a 24-hour turnaround time on getting your site finished. That means you can have a live website in a day. I'm not lying, am I, LaWanda?
No.
Like she does do.
Yeah, pretty much in a day. I've kind of tweaked it a little bit, so it's like 2 days. But yeah, pretty much I finish it in 2 days, but I kind of give like a leeway just in case. But yeah, yep, it's a get VIP treatment. So it's start from the beginning, I'll even set up the domain name and the hosting all the way to the end. And so yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. 24 to 48 hour turnaround time if you need a
yep,
website up. LaWanda
yep,
is your woman to do it.
yeah.
All right. All right, LaWanda. We got just 2 topics left here.
Okay.
So did you want to do well, it's really only 1 topic left. This was if we were going to cover any live examples, but I think we're almost at time.
Oh
So how
yeah,
about I do this? Any live audits and examples? Y'all will have to go to the masterclass for that.
yeah, yep.
Y'all got to go to the masterclass for that. So I'm going to slide that one over on LaWanda's
Okay.
plate for August 30th. And you guys need to be signing up for that masterclass or either signing up to get her to do your website.
Yep.
So it's one or the other. You get it right by deep diving and doing the work, or you go ahead and hire her to do the work. But either way, you do need a website, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go back to the beginning. I know everybody's telling you need a website. Everybody ain't lying. Like my grandma
Yeah.
used to say, 100
Yeah.
people telling you the same thing.
Mhm.
Everybody ain't lying. You do need a
Yep.
website. You need an online social presence for your business, no matter how big you consider your business to be or no matter how small.
Yes.
Literally, you can simplify things and have just a landing page
Yes.
that can give you the results that you want to get, but you need a website.
Mhm.
And so these are the steps that you take to get it. This is the woman who shows you how to get it or builds it for you,
Yeah.
right? But you do
Yeah.
absolutely need one for your business
You
because
do.
online presence is everything these days, and it's only getting increasingly just more and more demanding on people need to
Yeah.
see you online in order to know that your business even exists, right?
Yes.
If not, they're going to say that you're living under a rock, and you pretty much are a really big
Yeah.
rock if
Yeah.
you don't have your business
Yeah.
online in some capacity. And I
Well,
don't mean having a personal Facebook page and promoting your
yes.
business on your personal page. That's not what I mean. That's
Yeah.
not what I mean at all. You need
Mhm.
dedicated social media presence to your small business.
Yes.
All right. I'm through preaching again. Last I'll put on my robe in a minute and go to preaching, go to coaching. All right, LaWanda, last topic then. The secret roadmap that you use to transform a cute but dead website into an automated sales machine. So if you had to give us somewhat of a roadmap of how it happens, then kind of bring things home from what we talked about tonight, say from start to finish, what should my thought process be if I'm trying to make sure I have a great website?
Yeah. So from start to finish, it's kind of starting with the strategy part of it. It's pretty much starting with that. And so you want to, you've done your research on your ideal client. So you figured out your ideal client. You know you know what you want them to do. You've got that, down. Maybe your service-based business owners, I'll use that as an example. And then maybe you want them to join, book a call with you to learn more about your services. And so that's the job of your website. You and once you and here's another thing, once you have that job, that's going to help you understand what pages you need. You also want to make those the different pages that you need on your website. That's going to help you with that. And it's also going to help you with making it easy, a little bit easier with creating the website copy, as far as like the, your headline, the subheadline, the information that is on the website. That's going to help you even more about narrowing it down as far as what that's going to be. And so the strategy part is a big part to start with, from start to finish. Because once you have the strategy down, it's all either if you decide to do it yourself or you hire a developer, that's going to make it so much easier once you have all that information down, because you can just, okay, this is what I want. You're going to know what you want, and it's going to help that, you know, that the web developer out, as far as like helping you create the website that you want for your business, and knowing what you want for your business. And so once that's done, you get the pages. Like I said, you've got the pages up there. You've got that headline that they're going to see when they come to the homepage. Above the fold, you've got that call to action, and everything's set up. You've got your domain name. You've got the hosting. You've got that basic SEO set up at the beginning. And so that's how, pretty much that process is done from start, from beginning and to the end. And also it's like also, afterwards. And once you get your website done, that's another thing. It's like you're not done, that's not it. You just push it out there, it's live, and you forget about it. You've got to keep it up. I learned when I was learning to do websites, kind of refer it to a car. You have to do maintenance on your car. So it's, your website's similar. You've got to maintain it. You've got to do those checkups on it. You know, you've got to check it to make sure is this link working? Maybe you're not offering something anymore. So you've got to go in and make sure you're updating things on it and making sure that it's matching what you're putting out there on social media. Because like we mentioned before, your website's working for you 24/7.
Right.
So you've got to make sure you're keeping up with it. And so when people search, especially with the SEO, they're going to be looking for, this particular service. And if they come and it's, that's not working, it's going to, steer them away. So you want to make sure that you're keeping up with them. So when your ideal clients come. So it's like from strategy to creation, and then to the after, maintaining it. And so that's like the process, kind of the roadmap process.
So strategy, creation, and maintenance.
Yes.
I am putting this down here in these comments for y'all. I don't want y'all to forget that. All right. We are right here at 8:45 p.m. And LaWanda and I said we were going to be on here for 45 minutes, and we're going to stick to the plan. So you guys have both of the links. Masterclass is coming up on August the 30th, and make sure you catch that 12 p.m. MST, because that is not EST. I'm usually on Eastern. I'm always on Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Usually when I post, I'm posting EST. So make sure that you make note that it is MST for her. And I know that she's going to be sharing this in BYOB for you guys. And I'm also live on other places. I'm live right now on my personal page and on my YouTube channel. If you guys are not in the BYOB Facebook group, I need you to be there, because I need you to understand that a lot of activity is happening in that group for entrepreneurs. Activities like this to help you build your businesses in different ways and to do things that you've never even thought about, but things that are very possible for you and affordable for you. Because I know affordability is a big thing when we're searching for great quality for our small businesses. Not only do I want you in BYOB, but you need to be following LaWanda's pages. You need to make sure that you follow her on Facebook and other platforms where you find her. I know she's also on Instagram. LaWanda, what other platforms are you on, and what handles should they be looking for?
I'm on Instagram. I'm at LaWanda.webdesigner. You can find me on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. I also have a Facebook group. And so I do I share tips in there. I also recently just started giving you opportunity to share about your business and stuff like that in there also. And so I kind of share tips and stuff in there. So those are the main places.
I love it. I am a subscriber to her Facebook page, and I do that because she offers things on there for investments. It is literally $1 a month. Like literally $1 a month. You need to subscribe to her page, because you're going to find out all of these things that help you keep your website alive and thriving. So subscribe. Make sure you sign up for the masterclass. Use the link that's here on this live tonight.
Mhm.
If you're ready to go ahead and build a site, please, please, please go ahead and click that link to
Yeah.
go to her website and book a call so you can get the actual website built for you in 2 days or less is what she's telling you,
Yes.
that the development can come through and you can have an operational site that can sell for you even while you're asleep.
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much, LaWanda
You're
Ingle,
welcome.
my dear small business colleague and friend. I appreciate everything that you always share with my communities. You know, I
Yes.
think you're the bomb.
Oh, thanks.
No, I think you're the bomb.
You
I
too.
just have to
Okay.
continue to tell you. But thank you for your amazing insight tonight and all
Yes.
the amazing tools that you've given us. And we sincerely want to thank everybody for watching, right?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, because this is all about you guys. So thank you
Yes.
so much. Share this live with someone that you know or you don't know, whether they're a
Mhm.
friend, enemy, or frenemy. Does not matter.
Yes.
Send it to someone and help them, because
Yeah.
it's great advice. And times are too hard to not be helping each other. All right.
Exactly.
Y'all get me? Share the live. And we will see you next time. Now, if you are in the Six Secrets Facebook group, we'll be
Yes.
live again with the same thing tomorrow, but we'll put a spin on it for minority women. So,
Yes.
but you got to be over there with the Black and Brown sisters to get that one. But that's
Yes.
in the other group. But we thank y'all for watching tonight.
Yes.
Everybody have a good night. Thanks again, LaWanda. You're the best.
You're welcome.